Hello everyone, in this video we will learn about basics of 2D physics materials in Unity. Unity actually has two different physics engines, 2D and 3D, and we will talk about 2D physics engine in this tutorial. Now let's move to the Unity and start adding some physics to our game. I already add some sprites here. I create sprite folder and add some sprites here. So let's drag one sprite inside our camera. Let's make it smaller. And right now if I play, it doesn't have any physics. Just image. But if I want to add some physics, I need to add component which called rigid bodies 2D. To add physics materials to our game object, we need to select this object, and from the inspector we need to choose add component, and from here we see here many different components, and for us we need to choose physics 2D, and here we need to find rigid body 2D and click on it. And now our game object have rigid body 2D component. Now when I press play button, I see that gravity is activated and our game object just fall. And now we need to add surface to our game. I already have surface. This I can just drag it and put on our skin. Make it smaller, put it here, or let's make it this. And now, even now, if I start play button, it doesn't have anything because I didn't add colliders into here. So colliders are detecting collision between two game objects, and to add colliders we need to add it from the inspector to add a component, and also it is in physics 2D, and we need to find box collider, circle collider, sorry. And here we can see it has box collider, but we need to make it smaller to fit our ball. Yes, our ball now has collider, but our surface doesn't have. So to add collider here we need to press on it, and in the inspector we need to add the same as in the ball, physics materials. And here we need to choose box collider because box collider will fit our game object. So now if I press play button, and now I see that two game objects is collide with each other. Now we need to create one prefab folder. Prefab folder. So what is prefabs? Prefab is a copy of a game object converted into a reusable asset, and we can dynamically add it from our script to the skin. So because every time make a copy of one object is not very comfortable way, we can drag our game object, which we wanna have many copy with already saved components. So we just drag it into our prefab folder, and now we have prefab of this game object. So we just drag it here. The same game object will be copied here. Even if we make it smaller, we can override it. Or if we add few more components and we want to apply those components inside our prefab. So we just apply to all, press this button, and when we apply we see that all prefabs became the same. So when we play, it's fine. Now we need to add some bouncing to our ball. To add some bouncing to our ball, before I want to create one folder. And inside also I want to create some physics materials. So it called physics material 2D, and we can call it bouncing. And here we have friction and bounciness. For us we need to add bounciness, like we can make it 1 for now. And now it's just easy, we need only drag our material inside to rigid body 2D into material section, and now our ball will bounce. Also we can make this friction is 0. Now I want to add some force to our ball. To add force we need to create one script folder. Scripts. And here we need to create one C# script. Let's call this mover. Open the script. Now we need to go to the documentation to find information about the rigid body, how to add force to our game object. For that we need to go to scripting reference, and here we need to write rigid body 2D. And here we see rigid body physical components. Let's actually already have, but I want to show you from here. So rigid body, we can see from here many methods that rigid body have, and it also have properties, so we can access those properties also. So for us we need to add force and just press it. So we see from this method, we see that it returns void, and its name is add force. So we provide vector 2 for the force we want to apply, and we also apply force mode 2D. These two. So let's use it. So this is our script. First we create rigid body, and when our script is start to execute, we get component from this game object that this script is attached, and when we hold this component we add force to this component as we saw from the documentation. Add force methods, and we provide vector 2 with two values, x and y. We already put it here. By default it will be 1, and also we provide force mode 2D impulse method. and because it is serialized field, so that means we can change it from our inspector. Let me show you. When we do our script in Visual Studio, we need to save it to apply changes. So after we save, we move to the Unity, and we need to attach this script inside our game object that we wanna to add force. For us, it will be whole game object. And when we attach this, we see from here we have this script attached, and we have force X and force Y, so two values, and we may change it because this is serialized fields as I add here. And now let's see the changes. So it adds some forces, and it's bouncing because we put bouncing material into here, into this object. So we also may change it. We may put on, for X value we can make 0, and for this we can make let's say 2 or 3. And let's make a ball a bit smaller. So this is how we add some physics to our game objects. And now I want to talk about collision resolution. Collision resolution is how we act if there is a collision. Let me show you an example. For this example, I need one more game object. Let's add this robot. And suppose we wanna destroy this robot when it collides with this ball. Let's add box collider 2D inside our robot and make it smaller. And we also can add gravity here, rigid body, so it will have gravity. 2D. So now our robot have gravity. Let me check. Yes. And now I want to make it disappear when the ball is touching this robot. I want to destroy it. So for that I need to create one more script and call it robot. And let's open this script. So basically what this script does, when it collides with objects that have player tag, so it destroyed himself, game object. So now I need to put tag into our ball to make it player. Actually we can add and remove different tags. For this example I will just use this player that is created by default, and I want to put this script inside our robot. Now we see our robot here, and actually we can use as a prefabs this robot. Just need to drag this robot here and just copy it, so we will have more robots. Let's play it. Yes, it destroyed. Now we can add more force to this ball and make it a bit bigger. So that's it for this tutorial, and in the next video we will learn about some decision statement in C# programming languages that is useful when we build our Unity game. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.